And I got to tell you, a big fundamental difference, one of many today between, MAGA Republicans and Democrats, Joe Biden, or whether we're talking about Barack Obama or Bill Clinton, when there were deportations, they weren't gloating about it. They didn't have Dr. Phil there with a microphone turning it into a reality show. Because, sometimes human beings have compassion. Obviously, Donald Trump has no compassion at all. But they held this presser yesterday with Ron DeSantis, as I would like to call it, a migrant concentration camp. And Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis are in front of these cages. And then Donald Trump makes a really weird statement, and there's more. But he's in front of these cages where I would imagine many of these migrants eventually will be, some of them with no criminal record at all, that have been separated from their families. And he says Biden wanted him to be in a cage. This is really weird. Listen to this.
Hey, Biden wanted me in here, okay? He wanted me. It didn't work out that way, but he wanted me in here.
Yeah, he calls Joe Biden a son of a bitch. By the way, there's no evidence to suggest that Joe Biden ever wanted Donald Trump in a cage. Listen, that would be a dream of mine, but it's just not going to happen. Joe Biden never tried to do that, so another blatant lie by Donald Trump. They're going to be putting these human beings in cages. And Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump have smiles on their face, and they're laughing about it, and they're gloating about it, treating human beings like dogs. And of course, Kristi Noem's right there too, laughing along with it. Is this the country that you want to live in? I understand that everybody wants to be in this country legally and do it the right way. I understand that. But there are a lot of good people in this country that might have not proper documentation. But does that mean they should be treated like animals? Does that mean they should be separated from their families with no due process, or sent to an El Salvador prison, or in this case, sent to a concentration camp, as I would call it, for lack of a better word? Is that the kind of country that you want to live in? It's not the kind of country that I want to live in. I don't want to live in a country where agents are not identifying themselves and they're in front of Home Depot in the early morning hours, people that just want to put food on the table for their families. Or agents outside of a courtroom when you have these people that are trying to seek asylum and they're showing up in court trying to do it the right way, and then they're handcuffed. That's not the country that I want to live in. And if that's the country that you want to live in, then chances are you probably don't want brown people here, and you're a racist like so many others in the MAGA base. I don't want to see a country like that. If we're talking about violent criminals, that's a different subject. But Tom Homan and members of the Trump administration lied to us. They lied to us, and they said that's where their focus would be on, because we know the overwhelming majority of people that are getting put in these vans and taken by ICE are nonviolent criminals. Actually, they have no criminal history at all. They're being abducted. They're not even being, these agents aren't even identifying themselves. It's a joke. How could you be okay with this? Is this the America that you want? It's not the America that I want. It's not the America that I grew up in. This country was founded on immigrants. But if it comes to white supremacy and it comes to the Proud Boys, Trump will tell them to stand back and stand by and call them hostages and patriots and pardon them. I wonder why that is. Maybe it has something to do with the color of their skin. Just maybe.